Hey y'all, iRick Sky here. Now one of the most exciting features, at least for me, and I've got it right here on my phone, that I didn't expect with the a7 III is Play Memories app functionality. Now, you may have used Play Memories app with your a7R2 like I did, since the a7R2 nor this a7 III have an LCD that'll flip forward so you can see if you're in the camera's field of view. This is a great way to do that if you want to travel light, not deal with a display on your camera, a field monitor. But what's really cool is that I see myself in the frame right now, and it's got some really cool features. Some of the features within, now I'm at an f1.8 aperture right now, but check this out. This should bump me up to an f8. Let's see if you can see the background more. See if that recording continued. Yeah, it did. See, now the background is less defocused because I jumped up to an f10 aperture. Let's go back down to an f8. I'm doing this in the app while I'm recording, so this is super cool. You know, if you don't, now we're going to go all the way down to f1.8. There is a considerable amount of wind today, so if you hear the wind, I apologize, but if you don't hear the wind, that means my windscreen on my microphone is working really well. So you can find, check the link within this video's description. You can find the mic that I'm using, also the 85mm lens that I'm using. But so far I'm very impressed. One of my biggest gripes with a7R2, well, I could use Play Memories app with it, but the autofocus on the a7R2 just wasn't up to snuff. And in this scenario I'm using autofocus, and from what I'm seeing within the app view right here, I'll go as far as to say that I may not have to use manual focus for most scenarios, because with the a7R2, when I was doing these face-on video segments such as this, I was almost always using manual focus, because the autofocus, it had that focus breathing, that wonkiness, and it just made the video somewhat unwatchable. And I'm all about good video quality, good audio quality. Let's see if I can hold this up in front of the camera where you can see what I see here. Let's see if it'll focus. Just another test for autofocus. Yeah, you can. How cool is that? So over here you can see f1.8. That's my aperture, and you can see I've got auto ISO. There is a brief delay, which I'm not complaining, but there is, because I'm moving my hand and I'm trying to, let's see, there we go. I mean, it's like maybe a second or so. There we go. Now it's in the middle of the frame there. But you can see here that if I push the aperture, it's f1.8. Now I'll bump it up to, let's just go all the way to f14. See, now you can really see, even though you can see my smartphone what's going on, you can see the background more. And I could take it all the way up, I think it's f22, yeah, with this particular 85mm lens. So I'm up to f22 now. Now we put it back to f1.8, and now the background is very defocused. So being able to do that on the fly through the Play Memory smartphone app is very cool, because now I don't have to deal with with investing in an expensive field monitor or field recorder, because I can do it from within the app. Let's see how this autofocus works when I step away here. When I stepped out of the frame, and see, it came right back to me pretty quickly. But while I'm standing here and talking, hopefully I'll remain somewhat well focused, and you won't see that wonkiness. Because if I was doing this with the a7R2 right now, especially if I walked forward, I would expect to see severe wonkiness. And right here, that transition when I walked forward, even with this extremely shallow depth of field, f1.8, it seems to be doing really well. But yeah, this video is all about the mobile app. So all that I did, and I'll do a separate tutorial on this, check the link within this video's description. But one of the cool things about the a7 III is being able to set a customized menu. So I added a customized menu, and within that menu I added the smartphone app option. So I can toggle it on and off, and once it's toggled on within the a7 III camera menu, then I just go into Wi-Fi, in my case on my iPhone, and I connect to the camera just like I would a wireless access point. It's got an SSID. I enter the password that pops up on the screen of the camera, and actually I found since I entered that the first time, I haven't had to enter it again yet, so that's nice, not having to deal with that out in the field. But this app is killer, and it's worth mentioning that even though I'm using this app right now for video, this app works for still photos as well. And what's really cool about that is that if I'm doing still photos, I can switch, because when I was using Play Memories app on a7R2, I couldn't switch between video and photo mode. I had to turn the Wi-Fi off and turn it back on the camera, and then reconnect so it would know that I'm going from photo to video. But with this, I could switch to still photo mode, either aperture priority or auto, whatever I prefer, and then and still have the app paired and not have to turn it off and back on. So that's super duper cool. This is one of the coolest features that I found so far with the a7 III, and it's primarily because a lot of times I don't have a film crew, so being able to do these face-on video segments with hopefully high quality is super important. Being able to do it with a phone that I have in my pocket anyway, super convenient. So thanks for watching. Again, check the link within this video's description. You can find the a7 III, you can find the 85mm lens that I'm filming this with, you can find the microphone that I'm filming this with, and then also the tripod and all kinds of other good stuff. Appreciate your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, iRickSky here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.